Our story today is going to shock you a little. The events take a completely unexpected turn, and the big twist comes at the end, so much so that even the killer himself was surprised by what happened. Back in 2006, Ashley Reeves, a 17-year-old student, was living with her parents and her younger sister, Casey, in a small town in Illinois. Ashley was a top student, so much so that she was a year ahead of most kids her age. At the time, she was focused on her future, thinking about her education and which college she wanted to attend. Ashley was popular, everyone around her liked her. But of course, no one adored her more than her boyfriend, Jeremy. Her parents were big fans of him, too. On April 27, 2006, Ashley woke up like it was any normal day. She had breakfast, got ready, and headed to school with her sister, Casey. Before leaving, she told her parents that she'd be home a little late because she had a job interview. She mentioned that afterward, she planned to play basketball with some friends. Her parents wished her luck and reminded her, "Just make sure you're home before 10 p.m. Ashley had no problem with that and assured them, "I won't be late." Then she grabbed her stuff and headed out. After finishing her school day, Ashley went to her boyfriend Jeremy's locker to borrow his car keys, something they had agreed on beforehand so she could run her errands. She took the keys and told her sister, "Come with me, I'll drop you off at home first before I head out." So, she dropped Casey at home and went on to her job interview. By 10 p.m. that night, Ashley's parents hadn't heard a word from her. The first thing they did was ask Casey, "Have you heard from Ashley today?" Casey replied, "The last time I talked to her was when she dropped me off at home earlier." At first, her parents didn't worry too much. They thought maybe she'd gotten caught up hanging out with her friends. But as time passed, they started calling her. She didn't answer. They sent her texts asking, "Where are you? Are you okay?" Still nothing. Getting worried, they decided to call Jeremy. When they got a hold of him, he said, "The last time I saw her was when she took my car keys at school. I've been calling and texting her all day, but she's not answering me either." That's when panic began to set in for her parents. They started calling all of Ashley's friends, hoping someone might know something. But everyone gave the same answer. "The last time we saw her was at school today, and we've been trying to reach her too, but she's not responding." At this point, Ashley's mom knew something was seriously wrong. Without wasting any time, she called the police. The police immediately treated the situation with utmost seriousness, deploying patrols all over the city. Their first priority was to locate Jeremy's car, the one Ashley was driving. The first place they searched was a public park called Latterman Park. This was the same park where Ashley often played basketball with her friends. Sure enough, when they arrived, they found Jeremy's car. But unfortunately, Ashley wasn't there. The police spent the entire night searching the park and its surroundings, hoping to find any trace of Ashley, or at least a clue that could lead them to her. But they found nothing. At this point, the police began to consider grim possibilities. Ashley had either been kidnapped or worse, murdered. The first person they suspected? Her boyfriend, Jeremy. They brought him in for questioning. But Jeremy came across as genuinely scared and deeply worried about Ashley. He had a solid, confirmed alibi, and his cooperation with the police was transparent, like an open book. With no evidence linking him to Ashley's disappearance, they released him and ruled him out as a suspect. Next, the police questioned everyone who knew Ashley, hoping someone might have information that could help. But during these interviews, the police uncovered something shocking. Ashley wasn't just in one relationship. She was in two. She had her well-known relationship with Jeremy, but she was also secretly involved with someone else, a man named Sam. From her close friends, the police learned that Ashley would sometimes say she was going to play basketball, but in reality, she was meeting up with Sam. Why was this relationship a secret? Because Sam was 27 years old, and one of their teachers. Once the police identified him, they wasted no time. They brought Sam in for questioning. When asked about Ashley, he immediately denied everything, claiming, "I don't even know anyone named Ashley." But as the questioning went on, the detectives started noticing inconsistencies in his answers. Sensing something was off, they turned up the pressure, asking deeper and more pointed questions. After 12 hours of intense interrogation, the detectives decided to play their final card. They brought in Sam's mother and grandmother, sat them down in front of him, and said, "How do you think your mom and grandma will feel when they find out you're lying to the police and involved in a young girl's disappearance?" That was the breaking point for Sam. He began to crumble, little by little. And finally, he confessed to the horrific crime he had committed. According to Sam's confession, after Ashley finished her job interview, she went to the park to meet him. They met up, and Ashley got into his car. While driving, an argument broke out between them, and things escalated quickly. They were yelling at each other until Sam, frustrated and wanting to end the fight, pulled the car over and told Ashley, "Get out of the car." But Ashley refused. She said, "We need to fix this before I leave." Sam, overcome with rage, grabbed Ashley by the neck and began squeezing tightly. He didn't stop until he heard the sickening sound of bones cracking. Shocked by what he had done, he immediately let go. Ashley collapsed, barely clinging to consciousness. Instead of trying to help her, Sam made a chilling decision. He decided to kill her. He took off his belt, wrapped it around her neck, and pulled until he was sure she was dead. After that, he drove to a secluded, wooded area far from the park and dumped her body there. When Sam confessed, he told the police he could lead them to where he left her. However, when they arrived at the location, it was raining heavily, and Sam seemed confused about the exact spot. The police started to suspect he might be playing games with them. But after about 30 minutes of searching the dense woods, one officer noticed something unusual. When they shined a light on it, they discovered Ashley's body. As they approached, her condition was horrifying. Her neck was twisted, her body covered in insects. But then, in an unbelievable twist, they noticed something. Her chest was moving. She was breathing. Ashley was still alive. The officers immediately called for an ambulance, and she was rushed to the hospital. Ashley had slipped into a coma, and doctors said her condition was extremely critical. They warned her family that if she survived, she would have to relearn how to talk, walk, eat, and drink. But Ashley defied the odds. She woke up. And over time, her condition improved. Today, Ashley is 32 years old, married, and a mother of 2. As for Sam, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison, with the possibility of parole in 2024. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.